Hello, SpeedGaming. This is the multi-category tournament race between ShinyZeni and Glove. They've chosen 80% for their first race. I'm your commentator, Kaizenton, and I'll be here for all three races, if it gets up to three races. ShinyZeni, as you know, is the RBO and Hundo world record holder. Glove is also an extremely talented player, as holds a lot of rando medals. Often shows up in the rando tournaments and stuff. So third level will also be able to hold a good position in these races. Right, Zenny going to save a few frames with that moonfall in the elevator room. We are watching any percent for the first category. Series is also known as Doorbonk City. You have to stop very carefully before each door to make sure you don't slam your face into it. Then he got a 5984. He's got a special setup that makes it possible to get a 5987 exiting the first room. If you don't use his special normalized setup, and it's not even possible to get a 5987 exiting the first room. Pretty synced leaving. .4708 and a .4608. Exactly 1 second apart. Don't see that every day. Let's see. So for the band categories, Glove vetoed max percent GT code. And if I'm reading this right, ShinyZeni vetoed reverse boss order. Okay. Got the world record there and he vetoed it? Man. I guess he's rusty. So this 80% was actually Zeni's pick, if I'm reading correctly. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get the category name onto the restream screen, so... Jestro's been doing that before. Zeni jumps high to grab the wolf ball with a wall check so that he can save a frame by landing back on top of that guy without even wall jumping off the way the glove did. Uh, Love fell in a pit, but Zenny had a very clean pit room, so Zenny taking an early lead here. 80% can go any way. It's not over until Samus is on the ship. So. I don't actually expect to see any saves in this race, because there's not really enough margin for the save to be useful. Even if you had a save, if you actually were forced to load a save, you'd lose behind anyway. So saves don't really save you in 80%. Then lining up on that pixel position so that Bomb Torso will jump back perfectly. Carefully manipulating where the drops get shot so that it's easier to grab just a couple of the missiles and get a single round Bomb Torso. And also avoid taking any damage so that you're ensured of leaving with 5 missiles. Then he goes for right side Alcatraz, which saves a tiny amount of time. Every frame is worth a frame, so go for every time save that you can make consistent. So in this Green Pirate room, the RNG is actually normalized by a couple of enemies that are off screen, hiding up above. So every time you enter the room, the third pirate is the most likely to drop a missile if you're moving optimally. And you need exactly 1 missile drop there for the 80% strat. Good to see the farm. Of course, good mock ball and a D-boost. See if Glove can keep up with that. Alright. That was a couple of frames lower on the mock ball, but missed the D-boost, so... Then going for the door fix into the Dakara room. You jump just before the door so that it spends less time scrolling during the fade time. But as a consequence, you have to Kago Mockball through the Zila on the floor. Glove doing the nice down back weave through. I missed whether Zenny got the weave, but Zenny says the weave is free. Let's see if he gets the up and 2 to follow it up. Yep. So up and 2 is also free, apparently. Zenny has a special farm strat where he's fire at specific times and charge a beam to get big health and a missile this time. The hoppers in the Green Hill also normalize the RNG, so if you do the same movement every time, you get the same drops from killing them. So Zenny's figured out a timing for getting those specific drops from killing the hoppers. Good red tower climb, but said he didn't quite get the Ripper skip. It's better to go a little bit slow and not get hit rather than go for the skip and take the hit. Excellent Alpha Power Bombs D-boost from both the runners. Except Glove landed in the Vile Plume on the way back. That'll cost a few more seconds. This is still something that could be equalized by Fantoon RNG. This is any percent for those who weren't here for the first 9 minutes. Oh, first try CWJ for Zenny. Let's see if Glove can follow it up. Oh, Glove is going for the HBJ, not even doing the CWJ backup setup. It's a good choice. CWJ is a tighter window than HBJ, so you want to go for the guaranteed HBJ if you're more consistent at it, because falling in the moat is a much bigger time loss than a slower strat. Let's see what Phantom patterns we get today. A fast for Zenny. That was not a favorable pattern for 1 round. So, and he's just going to go for the 2 round. I believe that was a fast mid. Standard 2 round strat. I believe Glove got a slow first round. Let's see what the second round is. It's not the right fast. The right mid. Glove is getting a 3rd round. But it's a fast, and it's over quick. So, Glove got the slow mid fast. Then he got the fast mid. That puts Glove even further behind. Good resources, though. Glove is practically full on ammo and full on energy. They're both doing really good on resources. And even lucky enough to have 3 hits of energy for going into bowling, so less worry about messing it up. Not that that ever happens to anyone. Clean addicts for both of the priors, so lucky powerbomb drop from the last key hunter and addict for Glove. Yeah, Glove is behind by the entire bowling cutscene now. This is a tough category. Like, you have to hit everything right just to keep up. And you just gradually fall behind. Every room has little tiny things where you save a frame here or a frame there. Like, Glove hasn't even been missing anything. It's just little tiny differences. In this category, ammo management is extremely important in every category. So, but in this one, it's really important to know where you're going to get the ammo because you're not going to be passing by as many farms as you would in, say, Hondo. So you see that Tac farm at the top of Red Tower. That's 2 supers for a couple seconds investment. And supers are usually pretty hard to find, so it's worth the trade. See the runners open the tube early by activating the trigger and then starting to run and then setting off the trigger just before they exit the room. Glove went for a backup deboost off of the screed, missed the backup also. Okay, so they're both running PRKD. Neither of them is going for the safer, but slower route of PKRD. Oh, perfect door fix leading business center. And the squeeped hits in Rising Tide, not. It kind of matters because without it, then it would be at full energy. You'd be guaranteed only ammo drops from the speed bugs. No, because he took deboost elsewhere, he wouldn't be at full energy. Never mind. The squeeped hit is not a big deal with gravity suit. In other places where you don't have gravity, you care a lot more about the squeeped hit. It just costs you time. Alright, not too big of a scam from the speed bugs. That's good. Zeni did 3 farms. I think he wants 2 farms normally. Glove going for right side Bubble Mountain. I had to freeze the waiver to get up. Right side is substantially more difficult. So. So Zenny actually timed it out and figured out that it's faster to pause right here to turn off ice and spacer for the wave beam for the X Factor side with you than it is to pause on the elevator. Um, Part of the reason is it makes farming a little bit easier in this room. And each of these fuels that you're able to kill will reduce the lag. And doing that short charge through the powerbomb lag is pretty insane. I don't know if anybody else who just goes instantly. Most sane people will wait for the powerbomb before doing their short charge, just so the lag doesn't throw off their taps. But top shelf pillars room, it's faster if you do your charge up above and don't have to fall down before jumping back up. So I call that top shelf. Okay, managed to back up that worst room in the game. If you make even the tiniest mistake in worst room of the game, it gets dicey. Yeah. Zenny was doing very good to back that up that way. Oh, small energies from the key hunters. That's too bad. Love did not get the lava spark and had to back it up with a gravity jump, so going to be on worse energy. Zenny on full ammo except for one power bomb, but doesn't need the 5th power bomb in Ridley. This 4X Factor setup is RNG dependent, so Ridley has to do the right stuff for Zenny to get all 4 of those X Factors, so it's a good day when Ridley actually cooperates and you can get all 4 in. Love is tight on energy. Luckily, the Ninja Pirate should go glove up. Zenny has taken down Ridley. Kind of want mostly ammo when you're this low on ammo from Ridley. Oh, Ridley actually did drop enough energy. That's good. Zenny actually bogged the door, leaving the pre-Ridley farm, so no longer had the iframes from the orb deboost. The purple swooping Colts in the next room deal a lot of damage. You want to avoid hitting them if at all possible. So that was a few seconds. The Deskiga hits also really hurt. Zenny's energy is not looking so great now. I was cleaning up Ridley. Should be over soon. Alright, so then he got through the key hunters. Getting through with 0 hits requires very specific manipulation. You have to enter the room a certain way and move through the room a certain way because they respond to your position wherever you are, even when they're off screen. So you have to do specific things to have them in the right position to avoid them. The grade should give us a good energy refill. Nice speedball out of Wasteland for Glove. These counters on the stairs also need to be manipulated very specifically to avoid the hits. So, then he does that turnaround with the bomb to normalize its position for the quick kill. Then he's shooting down through the floor to destroy claws that are underneath the room to reduce the lag. Clean lower Norfair escape for Glove, 0 hits from the key hunters. There are claws under the room because Kraid has claws that fly around the room. If you've ever seen Kraid stand up, there's 2 claws flying around the room after he stands up. And it turns out those claws also exist before he stands up. Someone is saying the glove should counterpick low percent ice, but the bad news is Zenny has also been practicing low percent ice, so. And Zenny's actually also committed to doing 1 day of low percent ice each week in January, so. Probably preparing for that. And low percent ice is probably also not a good pick. Might be a good idea to pick 100% on Zenny and see if he maybe forgets an item or forgets part of the route and has to autopilot it. The Bottom's hitbox is funny because his body parts are actually projectiles. So when deciding whether your missiles hit his body or his head, it's actually using a 32 by 32 grid. If your missile, then it gets Yahtzee. If your missile is actually in the same grid square as any piece of his body, then you hit his body. And that's why his hitbox is so weird. Ooh, missed full halfie for Zenny. Has to take the slow way through the room. In this Dragon fight, you kind of watch where those Evers are flying around. They actually spell out a secret message, so you watch them to know the timing on when to start your charge, and then you count the number of swings for the X Factor to know when to start running to the right to charge your spark. Good Toon Blue for Zeni. Going to convert it to a spike suit first try. Even at Zeni's level, you don't always get the spike suit first try, so that's good to see. Means he gets the return halfie for free. Glove got a one-round Batoon, so that makes up a few seconds. Glove did not quite get Yahtzee. We have a high five from our runners in the same room going opposite directions. Glove gets the full halfie, so that's a few seconds made up. Probably should have grabbed that super, but doesn't need it. Zeni deciding to farm the bugs, but gets 2 supers from them. That's pretty typical for them. There's only 3 bugs there, and it'd be rare to get 3 supers, so 2 is good enough. For those just joining us, ShinyZeni picked any percent after vetoing RBO, and Love actually vetoed max percent GT code. Glove also gets first try spike suit off of Dragon, so that's good. Hopefully Dragon drops enough energy for the reverse halfie. I think that's actually not enough for the reverse halfie. I think you need like 136 for the reverse. Yep, that was not quite enough. So ShinyZeni hits G4 at 33.33. Well, had enough missiles and supers to not farm, but wanted the energies to avoid getting health bombed by the first Metroid. Glove needed to do that farm with bugs, get out of health bomb range. Health bomb, whenever you drop below that 30 and you start beeping, you go into health bomb mode, where the enemies are more likely to drop energy, and you don't leave health bomb until you're above 40 and you spawn a drop. So if you pick up drops and go above 40, you're still in health bomb until the next drop spawns. Oh, when Zeni got scammed by the Metroids, needs to refarm the last Metroid room, make sure that he actually has enough supers to finish. So you see how he's being careful to leave the third one alive until he was sure that he'd have enough. If you kill only two of the Metroids and you leave one alive, they'll all come back. But if you kill all of them, they're all just dead forever. And if you don't have enough supers, you don't finish the game. So Gleb is about 2 minutes behind here. Then he had to take a second try at that Zeb skip, so that's another second lost. Oh, Glove left a Metroid behind. We'll have to go back and get it out of the acid. That's not actually lava there in the room. It's actually acid. There's just a red background behind it to make it look like lava. So that's the same brown acid that you see down in Norfair, like in Amphitheater and Crocomeyer's room. Just has a red background here. Glove did not have any Metroid scams. So did not have to repeat the last Metroid room. But didn't have as clean first and second Metroid rooms, so. So Zeni did the newer Stashio baby skip. It looks like Glove is setting up for the old-fashioned baby skip. You notice how baby goes in opposite directions depending on which way you're doing the baby skip. And we had a successful baby skip for both of the runners. Zeni has gotten through the rainbow beam. So the big dangers of the run are over for Zeni. If you're not careful, Mother Brain 3 can still knock away a big chunk of your energy, so. You still have to actually play and pay attention for Mother Brain 3. This Mother Brain fight for Glove is 60 shots because your beam does 300 damage and Mother Brain has 18,000 energy, so. You want to count until you hit up to 45 because after 45 the catch-up will start. That was an amazing dodge. Just getting a little haircut from the onion rings. Those unfamiliar with the tournament, the first two races must be back-to-back. If there's a third one, they're allowed to schedule a third one for another day. So there will be a second race after this one. Um, Runners will probably take a small break at least. They can start their second race immediately if they feel like, as soon as they've selected the mode. Glove has defeated Mother Brain 2, so also past the dangerous part. Get your GGs in chat for ShinyZeni, finishing in first place with the official racetime.gg time of 41:55. That run started off really good and kind of went south in the second half. Still an insane run that very few people can match. Glove showing how to place a bomb correctly inside of Mother Brain's eye. Me realizing a bit late that I also have to click done on the common controls. Or Zeni is done. And Glove is finishing in second place with a racetime.gg time of 44:16. Also a very good time that few people can match. The second race will be coming up after however long of a break they decide on. They're allowed to start up as soon as they feel they're both ready. They don't have to wait for the hour mark that the race is scheduled for. Hour spacing between races is just for schedule convenience. Love has picked low percent ice.